Good morning. It's 3:36 a.m. on the 17th of Saturday, the 17th of February 2024. I'm home from the dancing at the Brooklyn Standard with for and with Ramjet. We're playing last night or tonight, and I stopped off on my way home, got some McDonald's because I was ravenous because I didn't eat dinner. And I've come home and torn my beautiful red Mexican dress off and pulled off all my makeup and thrown myself into bed, but I'm still a bit wired for sound after dancing so wildly all night. But anyway, I wanted to make a quick video. I had a wonderful night. The interesting thing about last night was my friend Jackie Burns rang me yesterday afternoon, and she says to me, "You're going dancing tonight, Tanya?" I said, "Yes, hopefully, if I feel well enough." I always say this. I always worry that I won't be up for it, but I always push myself out in the world. Like, unless I have some serious illness, like some serious debilitating illness like the flu or COVID or something, or epic diarrhea or some other nasty thing, I very invariably do push myself back out to go dancing, even if I feel exhausted, right? So so she says to me, now my friend Jackie Burns is a psychic medium and does professional readings, and she says to me, "I think you should wear something colourful tonight," which I thought was a bit unusual. And but I do wear colourful things from time to time, but I usually wear black or, more subdued colours. My corset that I wear is burgundy, and then I've got another one in purple, but I usually wear it with black. So I thought, okay, it's unusual that she wants me to wear something colourful. So so I wore my red Mexican embroidered dress tonight, and had my flower on my hair, and my beads. Oh, I made this. Where is it? I don't think you'll be able to see it. I made this yesterday. My little ladybug that I copied a cheap metal one, cast it in sterling silver. It's a bit rough. It needs a bit more tweaking, but I was so excited about it, I decided to wear it. So I had the beads in my hair still, but I had this flower in my hair as well. I had so many lovely compliments, actually, from younger women. I had one young woman came up to me about midnight and said that I was the most beautiful woman in the world. And I said to her, "Oh, darling, I don't think so. I think you might be the most beautiful woman in the world," since she was still young and fresh and, probably in her early 20s. And she says, "Oh no, I just might be the most drunk woman in the world." But anyway, I took her lovely compliment and with good grace, because it was very sweet. And she kissed my forehead as though I were her mother, and it was actually a bit delightful, And then another young woman later in the evening leaned over, and we were moshing, admired my rings that I was wearing, which two of them that I was wearing I had made myself. So I said, "Oh, thank you, I made them myself." She just nodded, And then there was another woman, a bit older, not as old as me, but in her 40s, who I've met before, introduced herself. She said she'd come from the Pink concert and had a lovely time there. So her name was Jodie, so that was nice. And and then the other interesting thing, why I'm making this video, I'm quite bemused. There was a younger man, probably in his late 30s, early 40s, short, looked very South American looking, Latino looking. And but he hung back and stayed behind me most of the evening and was very didn't really get into the moshing and the wild dancing till the last hour or so. And anyway, he and his friend finally joined in from the last hour. His friend was an Aussie guy with redhead. So I'm amping up the crowd as I do, because I'm kind of a bit of a facilitator, I like to G up the crowd, because I get myself all overstimulated and excited, so I like to sort of get everyone around me all excited and join in the wild moshing and dance. So I turned to the redhead guy, the friend, and I said, come on. I said, we're doing the moshing. Let your hair out, let your hair down. Come on. He got into it. And then his Latino friend had his hair done up in a man bun with a big chopstick through his hair. And he pretended to stab himself in the mouth with the chopstick. And I went, don't do that, because I was worried that some drunk person might push him from behind and he'd actually accidentally stab himself. And he was like, why? And I'm like, he hadn't thought that it could be dangerous, you know. Mama T's always overprotective of people, even in the club at times, because they're not children after all. But I just had this vision, seeing this big long chopstick that someone might shove it in his mouth and kill him, you know. You can die that way. It's not pleasant. So anyway, so he put it back in his hair. And then I was moshing wildly and my flower fell off, and so I just shoved it in my bag. And Alex and Stacey were dancing beside me, and Alex put his arms around me, and he's like a very tall young man. He's a lovely young man. So I turned to him. I said, I worked out what I was thinking about you today. He said, oh, what's that? I said, when we're moshing side by side with our blonde hair flipping around, I said, people must think that we're mother and son. And he went, oh, really? And I'm not sure if he was offended or not. But anyway, he sort of looked a bit taken by surprise that I said he could be my son. I said, I've never had a son, so I said, you can be my son if you like. And he's just like, so I don't know whether that freaked him out or what. But he's a nice young man, Alex. And Stacey was very bubbly and friendly too. And yeah, I had a lovely time. And at one point I put my foot up just on the edge of the stage, and I had my lovely tasselled sandals on that I bought in an op shop for $15, which even my female urologist freaked out when she saw them when I wore them to my appointment. She said they would have been very expensive shoes, Tanya. I said, oh, I'm sure they were, but I paid $15 for them in an op shop. I said, don't worry, doctor. I know how to survive. She's just looking at me, you know. Anyway, they are fabulous, very beautiful bohemian-looking shoes. So I just had my foot on the edge of the stage with one leg sort of cocked up, pulling my dress right down, of course, not displaying anything inappropriate except for my petticoat. So I had to pull my dress down further because my petticoat was on display. But anyway, Ness was lovely. She leant forward and pointed to my shoes and then kind of stroked my shin and went, she thought they looked fabulous, the shoes. So for a joke, I hoisted my, the bottom of my dress. It's a long dress. It's a Mexican, folk dress, hand embroidered, and it goes down to like mid-shin. But for a joke, I pulled one corner of it up over my knee and then wiggled my knee to show off the shoes. Anyway, we were laughing so much, Ness and I, about that, just me being, my usual silly self, Anyway, and then I met this young Māori woman in the ladies' toilets that I have met there before, and she was like, who are you? Are you a VIP? And I was like, oh, no, love, no, I'm not a VIP. She goes, oh, everyone seems to treat you like you're a VIP. Anyway, I was thinking about it driving home. I thought, yes, people seem to actually really treat me very lovely in the Brooklyn Standard. I am treated like a VIP. And it's a bit astonishing because I haven't done anything to deserve that, except for support the bands for 13 years in various venues. But, I'm not the VIP, they are, because they're the musicians and the singers, right? But I guess I've got kind of a reputation for dancing wildly every weekend and helping to, stir up the crowd, the more quiet, shy people that are a bit more introverted, and like that young Latino man and his friend, his redhead friend. Anyway, they were quite lovely, the two of them. They joined in the last hour or so. And then when the band finished, the redhead guy turns to me and he says, "Oh, you're very cool. What's your name?" I said, "Tanya." He said, "Oh, I'm Tony." He said, "My friend's South American." He said, "You know they're very passionate people." But he didn't introduce his friend. And then I looked at his friend and I said, "Of course he's passionate if he's South American. I haven't met a South American who isn't passionate." And I said, "And here I am in my Mexican dress." And he's like nodding at me and laughing. So there you go, Jackie Burns. You were on some kind of vibe because I decided to wear that lovely bright red Mexican dress and made friends with someone from South America. And the other unusual thing was I had this young couple come to my door this afternoon, well, late afternoon, about 5ish, knock on my door. And the young couple that live around the corner from me in Turquoise Street, and the young woman had brought me a loaf of bread that she said she had left over, and she works in a bakery, and someone suggested that, I might appreciate it, which I thought was delightful. And she looked like she was Latina too, or from somewhere in South America. I mean, I could be wrong. She might be Italian or, but she definitely had that kind of South American look to her. So, Viva Mexico. I've had a very, South American vibe tonight, and it was quite delightful. And, yes, I dance wildly as I do every weekend, and now my feet hurt and I'm tired, and I probably should try and go to sleep now. But, yeah, I just wanted to tell you about how cute it was that Jackie was telling me to wear something colourful during the South American energy. Anyway, nothing flirtatious or romantic. They were just shy, nice men, the two of them. And but it was funny when he, went to stick the chopstick in his mouth, and I just went, and his friend Tony was when he saw that because he saw me moshing with Alex beside me, and I said, "And now we do the mosh." So I turned to Tony. I said, "Let your hair down, come on, join us." And we're all going like this. So it was actually quite delightful. We had a great time. And yes, I'm trying to think what else happened. There was something else. Can't remember now. But anyway, that's it. That's my night. Another night done and dusted. I've had a wonderful time, and apparently people think that I'm a VIP. That's a compliment. It's a big compliment to be treated like a VIP. So I'm very grateful and appreciative of how well loved and respected and protected I am. Oh, I noticed young Alex was very cute when he saw me talking to Tony and his young South American friend standing beside me, and he saw me sort of just having a quick chat to them and engaging. He came and stood right beside me as like almost like a bodyguard, and I looked up and thinking, goodness, I'm allowed to talk to people, But I'm grateful for that, though, in a way that he just sort of stood there silently, just letting his presence be known, because they weren't being creepy. They were lovely men, those two men, actually. I think Tony was friends with Juddy because I heard him call out, "Juddy," But anyway, they were very nice men. They weren't being creepy at all, but I suppose Alex didn't know that, so he just stood there looking a bit, protective. So, isn't that lovely how everyone loves me and is being a bit protective of the old chook in the Brooklyn Standard who mushes just as hard as the young ones do. I'm quite proud of myself for that. So I'm still a rock chick, even though I'm getting old and tired and wrung out. It's delightful. So yes, and I brought an umbrella thinking it was going to be pouring with rain, but then when I got out of the car, when I arrived, it wasn't raining anymore, and then I looked at the bomb and it said there's no rain till Tuesday, so I left my umbrella in the car, and I was grateful it didn't rain on me when I was in the queue. So that was another thing that worked out quite well, but I was actually prepared in case this time. And just living my best life. And even at McDonald's, when I ordered my food, the chips were really hot and fresh, delicious, which I was happy about, because I've sometimes gone there and they give you cold chips and it's just awful. So no, that was good. 2:30 in the morning, munching on McDonald's, just all those calories I worked off with the full-on dancing and moshing, I slapped right back on again like a berserker warrior goddess. So never mind, I'll never be skinny or slim even, but I really felt like something to eat, because I'd had a big night and a busy day. So yes, so here I am lying here thinking, oh, I've had such a wonderful time. And yeah, so that's all the gossip for now. Everything's good in Tanya's world, in Titania's realm. And bye for now, beautiful people. I'll be back tomorrow, no doubt, with my usual journal entries. I didn't do my journal entry of the 16th yesterday because I got busy. I got sidetracked making this little ladybug European bead thing, so that took up most of my day. And I've decided I'll only share my journal readings of something is of particular interest, because otherwise I just worry that I'm boring all my YouTube audience. I don't want to be boring. There's nothing worse than being boring, darlings. So but yeah, I sort of had a quick skim through and I thought, oh yeah, that would have been all right. Just carry on, have the whole journal entries, in consecutive order for the 365 days of the year. But doesn't matter if we miss a day, does it? It's only one day in the space-time continuum. Anyway, I kind of had a little musing to myself about how I come home alone and I'm always single, and I thought, well, no, I've made some nice acquaintances tonight. I mean, nothing romantic or, nothing, nothing of a sexual romantic nature, but that's good. That's how I like it. Keep things asty and nice and safe, and keep me a bit precious for the one I'm still waiting for however long the gods make me wait. But anyway, quite delightful in a way that I'm at least surrounded by lots of people who do admire me and are kind and sweet, and who are a bit protective as well. I really appreciate that. So to you, Alex, I don't think he watches my videos, but I'm just putting it out there to the multiverse, for having my back, and to Taylor and all the other bar staff who are just wonderful, wonderful staff, and to Ramjet, and also to Alter Egos, who I dance with the alternate Fridays, and to the management and owners and, the rest of the staff in Brooklyn Standard. I really am enjoying being being in your club and being surrounded by so many people who treat me with sweetness and kindness. It's just amazing. It's wonderful. So on that note, I bid you good night, and have a beautiful day. tomorrow and rest well. You've all worked very hard. It was full on tonight because there were a lot of people that came from the Pink concert. So it was quite full on. But we all had a lovely time regardless. And yeah, good night from us at Titania's realm in my sacred space. Bye for now.